If there's one thing we can say for General Hospital's late, not-so-lamented villain, Victor, it's that he finally gave Spencer and Trina a chance to shine and bring Sprina together as a united couple. But in practically the same breath, meaning his last one, he may have already begun to unwind the budding supercouple. He bequeathed, probably manufactured, evidence against Esme to Spencer, which his grandson then promised Trina that he'd destroy. Instead, Spencer slipped the evidence right back into the box he found it, just in case he'd need it someday. That, Nicholas Alexander Chavez told Soap Opera Digest in their recent issue, is pretty much Spencer's MO. He was born and raised a Cassadine, so he's well acquainted with living in a morally gray area and approaching dilemmas from a very specific angle. What is the most advantageous thing for me and for the people I love? Chaves explained Spencer's thinking. That's the place he has to operate out of. And I think that it could prove to be a challenge that Trina and he have these different moral codes. A challenge might be the understatement of the year. Maybe Spencer should ask his Uncle Sonny how his love life has gone over the years, as he's romanced women who don't necessarily share his unique take on morals. The good news is that Spencer and Trina do have a deep love and a deep care for each other, Chavez continues. But sometimes love just ain't enough. Their values overlap a bit. But then there is this whole other side of each of them that doesn't come into contact with one another. Hey, we know how soap opera couples work. They're constantly challenged and threatened. And sometimes even the couples who we're sure are in-game have to split up a few dozen times before they finally settle down. But when you throw in secrets and conflicting morals, we can't help but worry that history just isn't on Sprina's side. Just look at Uncle Sonny, not to mention Spencer's own dad, Nicholas. In the end, the woman who seemed to work best with him was someone as morally gray as he was. Well, at least until he ticked her off enough that she tried to murder him. There is some guilt involved with not destroying it because he loves Trina. Chaves admitted to Digest about Spencer keeping the evidence. But ultimately, I think that he knows that it is the right decision and that in this instance, what Trina doesn't know won't kill her. Maybe not, but in Port Charles, secrets never stay buried for long. And once this one is unearthed, it may not kill Trina, but it could certainly put an end to Sprina. What do you think? We know opposites attract, but are Spencer and Trina's love for each other enough to overcome their differences?